The British police and soon-to-be Irish Gardaí are now arresting kids for viewing social media posts, not even actually creating content or liking, commenting, for just viewing content now that the British government doesn't believe in and doesn't agree with. You will go to jail and get your phones and laptop confiscated. We are truly living in the downfall of Western society. Ireland is becoming impossible to live in with the treacherous government overreaching with all of their crazy ideas and policies. Let's watch this video. Today we have two women Gardaí or police in the UK, and they are literally confiscating a girl's phone, a little girl, like she's like 6, 7, 8 years old, her phone off the mother as they arrive at their house. This is truly insanity.
Okay, what was it?
Sorry, I don't like the camera. You can have my body cam. I can exhibit that to you. I just don't like the camera, really.
Okay, well, I'm doing this because this is my own house and I am telling you why I'm doing it. So I just need to know why would she's basically viewed a post which is not an arrestable offence. Yeah. Okay.
This happened in May and you're completely fine. The only thing is that we need to seize the phone at this current moment.
Yeah.
Say to you, the phone needs to get seized from us, otherwise we will escalate this further. So,
but with a voluntary interview.
So have you seized anyone else? Is she the only child you're picking on?
Voluntary interview, you'd be able to come.
Have you spoken to anyone else? No, we'll come to the station now.
Do you mind letting her finish her sentence before?
Yeah.
She does have to get further escalation, unfortunately.
That's fine. We'll come to the station now.
The phone isn't seized right now, and we're not able to basically get the phone. We'd have to escalate this further.
Yeah.
Which means your daughter will get arrested.
For what? Viewing a social media post? Is that?
I need to go with that in order to.
No, absolutely not.
Unfortunately, due to prevent destruction of evidence.
I'm sorry.
Lisa,
that's fine. I would like you to leave now. I'd like you to leave.
This is why you're
Okay, I have nothing more to say to you.
here for.
A social media post. I've got nothing more to say. I'd like you to leave. You've harassed this child enough. I'd like you to leave.
Lisa, that's no worries.
A truly horrendous video. So of course the first thing that happens is these two bimbos show up at the house in the UK somewhere, and they start instantly demanding to get access to the house. Do they have a search warrant or any of this kind of stuff? We don't see any papers being produced. We see nothing. They're just basically asking politely, can we seize your daughter's phone, or else we will go get a warrant and escalate it further, basically. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. You know, at the very beginning, even before they start asking questions, she says, oh, I don't like cameras. Sorry, I don't like cameras. I can put my camera on. Like, what's the difference between your camera and their camera? You see, people that are doing nefarious and violent and disgusting acts don't like to be recorded. You know, this is the one main thing I've noticed. When someone puts a camera in your face, I think it's great. It just promotes me even further. When corrupt people and treacherous people have cameras put in their face, they crumble because they know it's exposing their psychoticness, their evilness. They know it's exposing their evilness of who they are. And these two women, of course, one is a blonde bimbo, and the other one is some Lebanese woman, it looks like, you know, not of the same religion of Britain as a country, which I'm nothing against religions or anything like that, but it just seems very like volatile that this situation, these two women show up to the door. This looks like literally an SNL sketch. I mean, this doesn't even look realistic. One of this woman's smiling. She has her hands crossed. The other one has her hands on her hips, like, you better give me that phone or else. You know what I mean? Like, she's like demanding, or else what, I would say. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, because they'll literally bring you to jail. They'll just go and call other guys and bring you to jail. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. You know, this is the sick society that the UK live in. And be under no illusion, this is coming to Ireland. My beautiful Irish people better listen up. Anything that happens in the UK, the crazy Irish government try and implement here because they're part of that WEF globalist narrative that's being pushed on the people. 100%. So be under no illusion, this is coming soon to Ireland. British police are arresting you just for liking posts. You didn't even create content. Now, obviously in the UK, they've arrested 15,000 people over the last year for pushing content and just saying words on the internet. They're afraid of hurty words. Although London has 30 stabbings a day, people are being beheaded in the street but they care about hurty words. Oh, the words are really offensive. Oh, the words hurt my heart. You know, I don't know what it is with certain British people. Like, I love to see British people standing up now to their stupid government, because this can't keep going on. You know, they have literally people, ISIS flying over. They've had a multitude of terrorist attacks. You know, Ariana Grande concert, you know, all these different bombings in the underground, and they care about words. I mean, truly, guys, it must be a sign of the good times there, because they don't care about really terrorist attacks at all. But that's the psyop. They make you think, okay, well, we're concerned about words now. We're not even concerned about people running through the streets with an AK-47 anymore, like back in the day. We're concerned with words on the internet. It's almost like a psyop, like, oh, this is a sign of good times. When in reality, it's not. They're just afraid to actually confront the terrorists, so they try and confront their own people and kidnap and arrest and jail and put in prison their own people, basically, for speaking up. I mean, it's absolutely insane, lads. Also, people don't understand, the UK is the most CCTV'd country in the entire world. They have more closed-circuit television cameras than China. It's truly a dystopian country, the UK. It's the breeding ground for this WEF globalist agenda that's being pushed onto the world. It's the ground zero for this. And then they're trying to give off this sort of bullshit sincerity, you know? Oh, I don't really like your camera. I can put on my body camera. Yeah, but I don't trust your body camera, because when you abuse me and shoot me, kill me, stab me, arrest me, put me in prison, you'll say miraculously, oh, he died, but we couldn't find the footage. We lost the footage. Sorry, the body cam footage that's supposed to be produced in court. Oh, we lost the footage. Sorry. But if you have it recorded on your phone, you have the footage forever. And I trust myself more than anybody else. Thank you very much. So I will be recording every interaction with the police. 100% record every interaction with any authority figure, because if they abuse their authority, they should be exposed for who they are. And while the patriotic uprising is taking place all over Europe, the UK, England, Ireland, Scotland, we see in Germany now, Italy, France, it's great to see also in Netherlands they are standing up, and they're basically having a massive anti-immigration protests. You know, their numbers that they have in these protests are absolutely huge, and it's great to see. Let's watch the Dutch fight back against this crazy, psychotic, driven of, you know, this multi-diversity shitpot that we're forced to live in 2025. Absolutely insane. So the police are outnumbered massively. They have the water cannons out. You know, it's so disgusting that you have your own people, Netherlands, Dutch police, fighting against your own people, while other people just run riot and stab each other and go crazy and are part of gangs and just are out of control. The last video we have here is from Eamon Dunphy, a political journalist, basically. I think he was like a sports journalist as well on RT for many, many years. Everyone that's lived in Ireland knows about Eamon Dunphy, but this is from 2017, and he basically talked about what the issues we're facing back in 2017. Now, 2017, long time ago, you know, 8 years ago, quite a long time ago. People think that 2017 only feels like yesterday. To me, it does, but definitely it is a long time ago. And he questions, what on earth did we fight for our freedom for when we're just being run by the EU, we're just being taken over? It's ridiculous. And most of the stuff here, I agree with.
Not optimistic about this country. And
like we have an energetic young leader.
Yes, we do.
He might be media brand friendly.
No,
but
it's not the people of this country. The people of this country are amazing in their mood.
Yes, we are.
How they deal with these things, how little racism we have, and all of the things that afflict countries in bad times. But we do need to recognise that the crash will never end for our grandchildren. There's 200 billion, and you know, Matt, you're economically literate, 200 billion of debt that we are carrying. And we paid a promissory note 6.7 billion the other day. We must address the justice or injustices of the European establishment towards us as a society.
How?
I think by declaring a state of emergency, by admitting that a country that trains nurses can't keep them? That a country has tonight in bed and breakfast accommodation children who have to get up around 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, get a bus for an hour, go to school, walk the streets, come back to the bed and breakfast? If that's not an emergency, a national emergency, the trolleys, people, 590,000 people on waiting lists for a hospital, what on earth did we fight for our freedom for? To live in a kip like this?
100%. I agree with what he was saying there. You know, he talks about the nurses being trained here in Ireland, and it seems like that's what we're doing. We're training everybody here, and then they're just pissing off to flip in Australia, Canada. So, quote unquote, our educated people, some of the best people in the country. And not to say that if you're not educated, you're not the best. Not at all, actually. I think a lot of educated people in this country are left-wing Marxist bastards, traitors. But definitely, like, you need nurses, doctors. Anytime we have success with people here and training them, they just immediately leave and emigrate somewhere else a lot of the times, most of the time. And that's a brain drain. That's causing the downfall of Ireland once again. You have people, like you said, in Airbnbs, and then you have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to school, walk the streets, go back to a Airbnb bed and breakfast because you can't afford a house. You know, you're renting in this shit accommodation with 5 other men. A lot of guys in Ireland are just coping. You know, I've noticed a lot of people in Ireland don't care, and they're just coping because they would make you feel embarrassed for not having your own house. Oh, I live outside my house. They act like moving out and renting some accommodation is like a big success in Ireland, where it's not, guys. If you live with 5 men in a house, you might as well live at home with your family because there's no difference right there. As a matter of fact, it's worse to live because you're paying rent, you're living with 5 other random strangers that hate you, that could flipping kill you at any time. Like, it's a very bizarre situation. People in Ireland cope very well. You know, we pretend like I live in town. Oh, I live in flipping near the city centre. And in reality, they live with like 5 or 6 other men in a house. They can't have a family because you can't have a family with that many people in the house. I mean, it's ridiculous. You're not earning enough money to support a family, but you're okay because you can afford the Guinness at the weekend. And then you go home to your shit accommodation. Like, that's not a way to live. Like, that's not a way to live, guys. To have no car, to live with 5 men in a house, it's dog shit. And in Ireland, we're like, yeah, that's success to us. Woohoo! Like our low barrier for success is keeping people very, very stagnant and not allowing us to progress as a nation because nobody stands up. Everyone's like, well, it's okay. You know, I got my car here on finance. I got my house there with 3 other men. You know, I go out on the weekend. I sleep with girls on the weekend. So they think I'm rich because the barrier is so low. Like, if you earn 30,000 in this country and you live with 5 other men and you have a piece of shit car, I'm rich, success. And not that you shouldn't be happy, but like, where is the striving for success? Where is the striving to be better? Someone who's a nurse or a doctor working 16 hours a day, they don't want to be living in college conditions their entire life. If you're in university, living with 5 other men in a house is fine. But if you're out of college, you know, there's no sort of achievement there. You know, you have to keep pushing forward. And it is a national emergency, but we don't want to admit it. Like I said, the government think it's okay because the people think it's okay. Because the people every day are like, it's all hunky-dory, it's all good. You know, I go online, I talk to my friends, I have a few friends on the weekend that I talk to, but the whole country is falling apart. The government won't declare a national emergency because they don't feel pressured by the people. The people are saying it's great. Like, you have people in this country that are coping really hard. Like, they're coping massively. Like, everything's great. Everything's great. Compared to where? Compared to Libya? Like, I've been to flipping these different parts of the world, Middle East and stuff, and, you know, destitute places, Eastern Europe, and like, we're coping, but it's not that much better than shitty parts of the world, and not in terms of crime, but just in terms of living conditions. You know, it's not like a lot of people in this country are living very affluent. Some are, and they keep it hush-hush, really quiet. You know, that's one thing we do in Ireland very well is, we don't tell anybody about what we earn or how we earn things, or, you know, we keep it very quiet because the jealousy is massive. You'll get Julius Caesar, you know, stabbed in the back and this kind of thing. Like I said, the flipping hospitals are under pressure. The trolleys, 600,000 people on waiting lists in Ireland. What did we fight for our freedom for? And it's getting worse to live in a kip like this. Like, not that we have a great country. The country is great and everybody is great, friendly, and I love everybody here, all my friends and everything. But why exactly did we just fight for the country to just give it back to the EU, to just give it back to the flipping, the people that own us? It's ridiculous, guys, and nobody seems to care. Everybody keeps passing the buck. Oh, he'll do it. Oh, he'll do it. I that's not my speciality. He'll do it, and it's like passing the credit all the time, guys. You know, somebody needs to take accountability and actually help solve the nation's problems before it's too late. And I truly think it's probably too late. Even if we were to go back to 2017 and try and solve these issues, I mean, like you said, the country's 200 billion euro in debt. You know, everyone here is great. There's no racism. There's no nothing. There's no whatever, bigotry. There's no phobias of any sorts here. We have a great, peaceful, liberal country in that regard. Okay, you do want social freedoms, of course. You know, when it comes to literally the actual disaster that the people have running this country, like, there's no taking accountability for anything. There is just poverty. We have 16,000 homeless people. I'm not sure what the amount of homeless people was back in 2017, but it sure as hell wasn't flipping 16,000. You know, it's getting worse, guys. It's getting worse. There's going to be 50,000 homeless people, 5,000 homeless kids. And it just keeps getting worse and worse before it gets better. And nobody's going to do anything about it. So hopefully we can vote in new people. We can have a change in this country, or else there's going to be flipping war on the streets. And hopefully it doesn't come to that. I love you all. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to support me, push back against the mainstream media, because the psychotic, brainwashing media, mainstream media, will never show these news stories that I'm showing you. Hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member. We have 28 members. We got a new member today. So much love. Okay, let's try and get this number up to 50. I want to get 50 members by the end of the year. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one, lads. Peace.